Hi, my name is Deniz Boysan. I'm a paid search manager at the search agency. Today we're going to talk about if function ads. We talk a lot about communication and advertising and about better ways that we can communicate to our various audience segments. However, in the past, being able to scalably create a bunch of ads that specifically communicate to your various audiences has been a real technical challenge that usually involved obnoxious campaign structure that would otherwise impede other optimization efforts that are important to us. At the center of our messaging is a conscious decision to communicate in a specific way. However, because of these technical limitations that have existed in the past, we tend to be more accustomed to using audience agnostic messaging that's a bit more middle of the road. However, we understand that in our real lives that we communicate in a more robust fashion based on who we're talking to or what they may be interested in. That same logic applies here with our ad copy. And as a result, there's actually a couple new tools that are at our fingertips that will actually allow us to communicate to these users in a specific way without having to break the bank on creating obnoxious campaign infrastructure. So for example, one of those tools that's available to us is if function ads. In this example, we have one specific audience we're interested in communicating to, our rewards members. Everyone else who searches Dallas hotels should see a generic ad. Using the formula function, we can reference our rewards members audience and display messaging that highlights the benefits for being one of our rewards members. Otherwise, any non-audience user who searches Dallas hotels will see our generic ad messaging, which basically just highlights the amenities and the style of our hotel. If function ads are also a great companion for an e-commerce client. For example, there are two types of users searching dishwasher. One has purchased a fridge from us in the past, the other is a brand new user. Using the formula above, we're able to create specific ad copy for fridge purchasers, trying to compel them to complete the matching set and buy the dishwasher, using a 20% coupon code as a way to compel them to click on the ad and maybe even convert. Any other generic brand new user who's searching is going to see our standard ad that basically just highlights the brands that we have available. After rolling out ad copy such as this for one of our retail clients, their orders doubled within 2 weeks, coupled with the boost in overall media strategy. We can also generate if function ads based on the device a user is searching on. This formula functions very much the same, although instead of referencing the particular audience, we're actually referencing the device the user is using. So for example, if a user is searching rug stores near me on their mobile device, we might opt to show them a shorter, more to the point type of an ad that maybe compels them to visit one of our stores by letting them know that we have reps in store that are ready to meet with them right now. Whereas a user who might be searching on desktop, our ad copy is going to be a little bit different. We might actually try and push them to peruse our websites and look at the options that we have available and maybe connect with one of our sales reps digitally. After rolling out device-specific ads such as these for one of our retail clients, they saw CPCs decrease 7.5%, conversions increased 30.8%, and as a result, the CPA decreased just about 19%, all within just 1 month. There's improvements like these that we are gunning for, and technology like the if-then ads are going to make this possible. However, there are some other ways that we want to think about communicating to our audiences that aren't just AdWords audience list based. We can actually think about campaign segments as a form of audience signaling as well. Most of us are familiar with data feeds in some capacity. However, we generally default to thinking about them from an e-commerce perspective, especially if you work in paid search. However, utilizing software to create some custom data feed exports and merging those with AdWords business data, we can actually now utilize that data to create custom ad messaging, expanding the use of data feeds out of just the e-commerce sector. The way we segment our media, even at a high level, if you think about your branded campaigns versus your geo-modified campaigns versus some generic non-brand campaigns, are all forms of audience signaling. The kind of keyword a user is searching is actually signaling things that are important to that user, such as what they're interested in, where they're interested in, how much they're willing to pay, or maybe even how quickly they're trying to purchase it. We should enrich our messaging with these categories in mind. For example, this ad here is pulling fields from the data feed, such as the city and state of interest, and matching the geo the user is interested in with specific information about what is offered in that area, such as the number of listings available, which is also being pulled from the data feed. Just about anything that exists in a data feed can be pulled into AdWords business data and therefore into our ad copy in this fashion. So really, imagination is the limit. In this example, we can utilize the number of listings available to try and create a sense of urgency to compel users to maybe click on the ad. Or we can use the data feed to automatically have prices update without having to worry about manually updating our copy every single time a price changes. And this could be especially troublesome if you have thousands of products where the prices might be changing fairly regularly. This allows us to expand the breadth of ad copy tests that we're running, and as a result, it's actually going to increase the rate in which we learn new things about our audiences. And the faster we learn things about our audiences, the faster we can optimize, and the greater the results that we can drive. Remember, we're not thinking about trying to optimize just one audience or just one device, so we get 15 or 20% increase in click-through rate off of one device. But imagine if we optimized every device and every audience combination available. It is this kind of a performance increase in aggregate that's really going to shape the nature of your digital marketing efforts. This allows us to expand the breadth of ad copy tests that we're running, and as a result, it's actually going to increase the rate in which we learn new things about our audiences. And the faster we learn things about our audiences, the faster we can optimize, and the greater the results that we can drive. In the past, it's always been our imagination that has come up with all kinds of interesting ideas of ad copy tests. However, really, technology has typically been a big bottleneck for us scalably executing ads in this fashion. However, with the introduction of if-then ads and generating custom data feeds and merging it with AdWords business data, that bottleneck has opened in a really big way. We hope the short tutorial has inspired you to experiment with ad messaging in new and creative ways that maybe you haven't thought about before. If you think there's something we missed or something that we should cover in a future installment, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, have a great day.